What's going on, guys? My name is Eric Ellison and you are watching the Full Circle Sports Show. Today we will be recapping championship weekend in the NFL, the AFC championship game and the NFC championship game. Then we will preview the Super Bowl. So let's get it started with the Denver Broncos and the New England Patriots. That game was played at Sports Authority Field at Mile High Stadium in Denver, Colorado. The hometown team won that football game 20-18. Peyton Manning played himself a heck of a ball game, throwing 2 touchdowns, throwing for 176 yards, and went 17 for 32. In the game, C.J. Anderson had a fairly quiet night. It was not a game of rushing the football. It was a big game in throwing. Both Peyton Manning and Tom Brady threw for tons of yards. And in a 2-point margin of victory for the Broncos. And let's go compare Manning's to Brady. Brady went 27 for 56, throwing for 310 yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions. Now, C.J. Anderson carried the ball 16 times for 72 yards, and the Patriots running back did not make a whole lot of noise in this game because Brady was actually the leading rushers. He carried 3 times for 13 yards. That's pretty sad for the defending Super Bowl champions. And for the receiving leader for the Broncos was Emmanuel Sanders. He had 5 receptions for 62 yards, and Rob Gronkowski, Gronk, had 8 receptions for 144 yards, and he caught a touchdown pass. Now, New England's offense was not clicking like it usually does today. The Broncos defense played a really good game. And the Broncos all around really played a really great game. Peyton did not throw 1 interception, although a backwards lateral. He threw a pass. They said it went backwards, so it was recovered by New England, and that actually turned into their first points of the ball game for the Patriots. Now let's move on to the NFC Championship game, which had the Carolina Panthers and the Arizona Cardinals. Carson Palmer had a terrible game. He threw 4 interceptions. He only threw 1 touchdown pass. He went 23 for 40 and 235 yards. Those are okay stats, except for the 4 interceptions. That's not how an NFL quarterback in a championship game is supposed to play. Now, he didn't really have a whole lot of help from anybody else either. Johnson, the rushing leader for the Cardinals, had 15 carries for 60 yards and 1 interception. Now, Johnson, again, was the receiving leader for the Cardinals. He had 9 receptions for 68 yards. Now, for the Panthers' leading stats. Cam Newton, Superman, the Dab Master. 19 for 28, 335 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he did throw 1 pick, when that was not a really good throw on his part. Jonathan Stewart had himself a decent game. He ran 16 times for 83 yards, and Greg Olsen had 6 receptions for 113 yards. And this was all Carolina the whole day, as the Panthers went on to win 49-15, setting an NFC Championship record for margin of victory and points scored in a NFC Championship game. Now, if you'd have told me that the Panthers would blow out the Cardinals yesterday, I would not have believed you. Because I thought maybe the Cardinals may do something this year, you know? I mean, they was looking pretty good, if you ask me. The Cardinals they didn't show out really good at all. And well, let's check out the Pro Bowl real quick. Probably gonna have a good game down there in Hawaii. Let's hope at least. That is next weekend, and then the next weekend on CBS we have Super Bowl 50. The game will be played at 6:30 on CBS on February the 7th, 2016. The game will be against, again, the Panthers and the Broncos in Levi Stadium down there in San Francisco, California, in the Bay Area. Now, let's check this out real quick, okay? Look for Demaryius Thomas to be quiet. Yes, you heard me correct. To be quiet. Now, you see the shirt, Georgia Tech. He is a Tech alum. Unlike myself, I'm not even in college yet, but beside the point. I think the Panthers defense is going to shut him down like the Patriots defense did. They shut Thomas down. They double teamed him. They did everything they could to keep him from having a good game. He did get 2 passes, however, but he was very quiet because the Patriots defense was really kicking his tail. Look for Peyton Manning to be beaten up, but he's gonna have a nice game. And I think this is gonna be his last game. If he wins or loses, it's going to be his last game because the man's getting old. He's going to be the oldest quarterback to be in a Super Bowl, starting a Super Bowl. And look for Cam Newton to have another good game. He's going to be dabbing all over the place because he's a beast and all that. And Jonathan Stewart, the Broncos defense is actually going to contain, I think it's going to be a good defensive battle by both football teams because Carolina has a good defense and a good offense, and the Broncos have a good defense and a good offense. So look for a really good game. Do not look for an NFC Championship game where Carolina blew out the Cardinals. Look for a good game like the AFC Championship game where a score, kind of like the AFC Championship game. Look for the score to be Carolina winning 24-20. That is my prediction on the score and who will win the football game. And look for Cam Newton to complete a bunch of passes. Look for Peyton Manning to complete a bunch of his passes. And well, that's about all I got for the Super Bowl. MVP. Who's gonna win MVP? Gotta go with it. Cam Newton should win the MVP. I mean, he has shown that he should win MVP. Not only because of what he's done on the field, but some of his off the field stuff and that, and on the field, and especially on the field. That's really what MVP is. It's the on the field stuff. But I'm not going to overlook what he has done off the field either. But Cam Newton will win the MVP, and that's going to wrap up today's show. Check us out this week, Tuesday and Thursday, for a ACC and a Big Ten recap of the 2015 season, and then come check us out the next Tuesday and the next Thursday for a Big 12 and a Pac-12 recap, and then check us out 2 Tuesdays from now for the Super Bowl recap show right here on the Full Circle Sports Show. My name is Eric Ellison. Thanks for watching.